She was the perfect wife, the perfect mother, the perfect nana, the perfect friend.
A devastated Central Kentucky man talking to us about the murder of his wife.
A Southern Kentucky mother now charged with murder for a crash that killed her daughter, what the child's father told us today.
This is a beautiful place to get married, and a Lexington couple thought the same thing until Mother Nature crashed their wedding.
This is WKYT News at 6.
Good evening, and thanks so much for being here with us. Nearly 2 weeks after the murder of a Boyle County woman, police still haven't charged anyone for the crime, but her husband says tonight he has an idea of who's responsible.
Police say someone killed Rhonda Oakley September 1st in her home near Junction City. Her husband talked to us for the first time today. Victor Puente has our top story at 6.
It's been 12 days since Rhonda Oakley's body was found in her home. Now her husband says he's confident he knows who killed her. On September 1st, Philip Oakley's life changed forever.
Her children and grandchildren, she loved them so much. I feel my heart breaks for them. My heart breaks for my son, for what he's been through.
That was the day Rhonda Oakley's stepson discovered her body. After the murder, Kentucky State Police put out an alert for Oakley's 15-year-old stepdaughter, Jenna. She was found in New Mexico 2 days later with her 20-year-old boyfriend, Kenneth Nye. Philip Oakley said he couldn't comment on specifics of the case, but he has some strong feelings towards his daughter.
I don't really want to say anything to her. I don't want to say anything to him. I hope they both rot in hell.
Kentucky State Police say they can't discuss any part of Jenna's case because she's a juvenile. Oakley says what's even harder for him to accept is that his family had asked for help since Jenna moved in April from Indiana.
People ask you if you know something or talk to someone. Well, guess what? We did. And no one did anything. And so this is the result.
The coming months and years will be hard ones for his family, but Oakley says he's grateful for the time he had.
I want more time with my wife, but I'm so thankful that I got to spend the time I did with her, because like I said, she made me a better person.
Oakley said another issue they're dealing with is trying to get Rhonda's car back from New Mexico, where it's currently being held in an impound lot. He said a lot of their funds are frozen right now, so he started a GoFundMe campaign to try to help raise money. In Boyle County, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Kenneth Nye is in a hospital in Texas. Deputies in New Mexico say he tried to hang himself while being held in jail.
Tonight, police have charged a Russell County woman with murder days after a crash that killed her 3-year-old daughter. They arrested 27-year-old Jessica Warner after she was released from the hospital. Police say she had used meth before the crash near Russell Springs. New at 6, Phil Pendleton talks to the child's father.
Balloons and bears mark the spot where a crash ended up taking a life and creating a big void for some in a small southern Kentucky town.
I just can't believe it. I never expected it.
Thomas Fortenberry says what's worse is that he believes it was a crash that easily could have been prevented.
I'll never know what was going through her head.
He says his girlfriend Jessica Warner had left with her daughter Saturday to get cigarettes and diapers, but 5 hours later she still had not come home. He called, she was on her way. 45 minutes later, the call that no one ever wants to get.
Done things in the past, but to my knowledge, she wasn't on anything when she left.
Yet police say Warner was high on methamphetamines when she crashed, and she's now charged with murder after her daughter died at a Tennessee hospital.
Whatever people do, it's their own business, but they don't need to do it if it's going to endanger the life of anybody, especially a child.
Officials say the crash happened after Warner ran through the intersection and her Honda Civic was T-boned by a Dodge Ram.
I mean, I hate to, but I'll blame her.
Warner will answer to a charge of murder Thursday in Russell District Court. In Russell County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Funeral services will be held at Wilson Funeral Home in Russell Springs. First National Bank is taking up donations to help the family with funeral expenses. We have more information for you at WKYT.com.
They say they won't stop until they receive justice. Tonight, the family of a murdered Lexington pregnant woman has launched a new effort to find her killer. Lexington police say someone shot 22-year-old Mariah Coleman last week, killing her and her unborn baby. As Hillary Thornton tells us, the family has set up a tip line for the case.
Balloons and flowers still sit near this scene, Wednesday marking 1 week since Mariah Coleman was shot while walking her dog.
It's just been heartbroken, trying to cope, trying to deal.
1 week without any answers for the family, dealing with the loss of the soon-to-be mother and their newest family member, Jacoby, due next month.
That time now gone by without any answers about what happened out here last week is why the family has now set up a tip line, hoping to bring in some new information.
There's always a lot of people out there, so I mean, somebody's seen something. So we're just asking you to step up and say something, speak out.
Police dedicating many resources to the case, however, working with very little information. Coleman's cousin, Perry Wooldridge, now working to get the word out about the tip line as another possible avenue for those with information that needs to be heard.
We know there's still a murderer out there, so no one should feel comfortable. Everybody should be uncomfortable right now until this murderer is found.
All in an effort to find the person or group responsible as the family prepares for funeral services this weekend.
My prayers, maybe hopefully before her funeral services and she's buried, we find the killer. We find the killer that does it before we have to really say goodbye to him. Jesus Christ is doing his job through healing the family, but now we want to see justice done.
In Lexington, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
And you can find the tip line number on our website, WKYT.com. New tonight, Lexington police say they have obtained a warrant in connection to a robbery at a sporting goods store. They say 22-year-old Devarius Jones of Lexington now faces a robbery charge. Police are now looking for him. They say Jones and a second man robbed Hibbett Sports in the Eastland Shopping Center at gunpoint last Thursday night. Police say so far they have not identified the second suspect.
A workshop today in Frankfort was designed to improve how sexual assault cases are investigated in Kentucky. More than 100 people attended the Sexual Assault Forensic Evidence Summit, also called the SAFE Summit. Law enforcement, prosecutors, and others were trained on how to better investigate sexual assaults, which includes addressing the state's rape kit backlog.
What we hope to do is basically social change, make a difference in the lives of sexual assault victims, so that the treatment that they get is appropriate, compassionate, professional.
The Kentucky State Police Crime Lab recently received more than $4 million to speed up rape kit testing.
It's been another beautiful sunny day across the Bluegrass, but changes are on the way. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey. He has an early look at the forecast.
Yeah, we're going to get some thunderstorms into town tomorrow. Scattered stuff ahead of cold front number 1 of 2 that I've got showing up over the next 7 days. What we're looking at right now is a mainly dry Defender radar network. We thought that would be the case. We also thought southern Kentucky could squeeze out a thunderstorm or two, and that's the case here into Whitley County, McCreary, Wayne, over into far southern Laurel County around Barberville, and heading into Bell County a little earlier. A lot of this stuff is now beginning to dry up as the sun gets low on the horizon. We lose a little bit of heating of the day. So if you're out this evening, low 80s still at 7 o'clock. It's a toasty evening, but a dry one as temperatures drop into the upper 60s by 11 with some high clouds that will continue to stream on in. Here's what I'm working on for the headlines. When I come back in just a little over 5 minutes, we'll track a few storms on the hour by hour for your Wednesday. Cold fronts on the way, one tomorrow, another this weekend. And could that mean a wet weekend? Well, we're going to have some thunderstorms. Question is, guys, are we talking about a washout or just some scattered stuff? We'll answer that when I come back in a few.
Tonight, Kentucky Governor Matt Bevin has caused some controversy with remarks he made at the Values Voter Summit in Washington.
The Republican said he was asked if the country could recover if Democrat Hillary Clinton is elected president. Governor Bevin said blood might be shed.
The roots of the tree of liberty are watered by what? The blood of who? The tyrants, to be sure, but who else? The patriots. Whose blood will be shed? It may be that of those in this room. It might be that of our children and grandchildren.
Some Kentucky Democrats have called the governor's comments offensive, and this afternoon, Nancy Jo Kemper, the Democratic candidate for the 6th District congressional seat, called for him to be impeached.
I believe that his call to shed the blood of fellow Americans is unconstitutional and a violation of his sworn oath to uphold the laws of the Commonwealth.
The Republican Party of Kentucky called Kemper's claim, quote, a desperate act by a desperate candidate. In a statement from his office, Governor Bevin claimed he was speaking about the sacrifice required by members of the military, saying, quote, we cannot be complacent about the determination of radical Islamic extremists to destroy our freedoms.
An uninvited guest caused a Lexington wedding to get off to a rough start over the weekend. Strong winds from a storm caused part of a tree to fall, and the bride and groom had to run for cover. As Kristen Kennedy tells us, it was all caught on video.
I had just walked down the aisle.
This is not the way most brides picture the beginning of their wedding ceremony.
This huge gust of wind came through and knocked our communion table across the right in front of us, and that's when we started laughing really hard in the video. And then the next big gust of wind that came, I guess there was a tree behind our altar that was really old, and it just snapped in half.
Bride Ashley and her groom Zach Brown were ready to run.
They saw the tree branch starting to fall, and they just kind of dove. And so Ashley dove in her wedding dress.
Michelle Scott with Summit Stone Creations captured the chaos.
They handled it amazingly.
Once the couple got back up and composed themselves, they walked over to the church and started the ceremony over.
And it ended up being really sweet and very cozy and very quaint for the both of them.
The Browns, who talked with us from their honeymoon in Ireland, considered their wedding crasher kind of cool.
We literally think it's probably the funniest thing that's ever happened in our whole life.
If we had the option.
No.
It was awesome.
In Lexington, Kristen Kennedy, WKYT.
A wedding they will never forget. Guests say that no one was injured during that first ceremony.
It is going to be a long process to repair a damaged pedway at Eastern Kentucky University. Next, EKU leaders have an update on their progress.
And then why farmers say pumpkins being grown in central Kentucky this year may be smaller than normal.
Up with the latest news on WKYT.com. Join the conversation on Twitter and become a part of the WKYT Facebook family.
We have an update tonight on a damaged pedway on the Eastern Kentucky University campus in Richmond.
Police say the boom of a truck crashed into the pedway over Lancaster Avenue last Friday, causing the bottom of the pedway to collapse. EKU leaders say crews began shoring the pedway yesterday to stabilize it, and they've also removed the windows from it. EKU leaders say engineers are still looking at the structural integrity of the pedway to determine if it's stable enough to move the truck. They say it could take months to fix the pedway. Lancaster Avenue is expected to be closed in that area for a few weeks.
Central Kentucky pumpkin growers say they have some concerns about this year's crop. They say a late surge of heat has not been good for the growth of the pumpkins. They say warm temperatures in late summer can limit the size of pumpkins.
Really, 90s are not good to produce pumpkins. It prefers temperatures of mid-80s is what they prefer.
Pumpkin growers say the ideal size for a pumpkin to carve it or eat it is between 20 and 25 pounds. They also say that some more rain would help the crop.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey.
We continue to see a little steam across the Bluegrass State out there today. Temperatures back into the 80s and a little increase in humidity, and that humidity is on the way up into Wednesday. Look outside. Most of our cams are dry. I've been watching that Corbin cam. Notice the clouds there, where we have more in the way of some clouds into southern Kentucky than the north, and it's the southern part of the area that has been getting in on a couple of scattered thunderstorms. Middlesboro, 79 degrees. Everybody else deep into the 80s. Here's your Defender Radar Network. Most areas are dry until you get into southern Kentucky, where we've had some slow-moving, yet just persistent showers and thunderstorms from Bell, Knox, over toward Whitley and now southern Wayne counties. The rest of the area is A-OK. Nothing going on. Gotta love Bluegrass State weather, huh? Into the Volunteer State of Tennessee, moisture beginning to lift its way onto the north. That arrives into tomorrow, meets up with a cold front off to our west. 86-ish for a high, give or take a few degrees, because you know what? Tomorrow's going to be one of those days to where your temperature is totally dependent on the clouds and a shower or thunderstorm versus you getting in on some sunshine. You get some sunshine, you're back into what we had today. Get a little cloud cover or an early afternoon shower or thunderstorm, those numbers are down a little bit. Here's the front that is in question. That front is on the move and will arrive into the day tomorrow. Hour by hour forecast. Remember, every hour that we show you this, it has fresh data into it. So it is the greatest and the latest through 11 o'clock this evening. Mid and upper 60s. Tomorrow morning, clouds are going to thicken up. You're going to notice more humidity when you're heading out the door. And there's a small chance for a shower or thunderstorm. A little better shot into the heart of tomorrow afternoon with readings that will be into the 80s. That front is marching into Kentucky, kind of settles in here and slows down, loses a little bit of its identity. Comfortable air in terms of what we had today and tomorrow on Thursday versus what we had today and tomorrow. Then into Thursday night and Friday, you can pick out where the front is. 58 into northern Kentucky. Still 66, though, into Harlan. So we've got that temperature spread from north to south. Then as we get into the weekend, yeah, we're going to see some moisture around with scattered showers and some thunderstorms. Don't think it's going to be a washout of a weekend. Not going to rain all the time, but it is one that as that flow comes right out of the Gulf of Mexico, it's going to pull up some juice, and with another front nearby, that's all it takes to get the air to lift, to rise, and create a little scattered shower or thunderstorm. First batch may arrive at some point later Friday in scattered form. At no point do I expect just total wall-to-wall rain this weekend. You're going to have lots of dry hours, but you're also going to have to dodge a few thunderstorms in there for good measure. And what will happen, guys, typically with a front like that, it'll knock us down into the upper 70s to low 80s for highs.
All right, so some rain, but don't cancel your plans.
Don't cancel anything yet. As we get closer, we'll continue to try to time out those showers and thunderstorms.
Right. Good, because we'll continue asking you.
That's right. I'm here for you.
Thanks.
Brian's up next, and a fan became the highlight of a boring NFL game last night.
It is highly comical, but what made it even better was the radio call which went with it. And we put the spotlight on Landon Young, who saw his first action this weekend as a Wildcat. Sports is next. Kentucky gets a chance to gain some confidence and momentum this weekend against New Mexico State. Needless to say, they need both and by the truckload. Through the last 6+ quarters, there has been enough blame to go around and then go around again. Mark Stoops has been extremely disappointed, but especially about his prized defensive backs. They have no choice but to win the individual matchups.
There's no getting around it. You know, I mean, you better man up and win some one-on-ones. You're not going to win them all. You play very good, players, and they're going to win some, but we have to get our share. And right now, we're not getting our share.
Lafayette product Landon Young got his initiation into college football at the Swamp last weekend. He did well in spots, struggled in other areas, but Mark Stoops praised his 5-star left guard.
He did some good things. He showed the talent that we knew he had for a young guy. Obviously, getting thrown into the mix at left tackle in the Swamp when you're getting beat is not exactly how you want to break somebody in. But he really showed who he is and the player he's going to be. He showed that flashes of some real talent.
Of course he's a left tackle. I know that. You can see the Cats and the Aggies this Saturday at 4 o'clock. You can only see it on the SEC Network alternate channel here in Lexington. That's channel 518 on your Time Warner cable. For the EKU Colonels, it's back on the road. This week they head to Ball State. The Colonels will have to get off to a quicker start in Muncie. 2 weeks ago, spotted Purdue 21 points before playing them even the rest of the way. Mark Elder said today he's changing up the way the Colonels practice. They're doing more team-related stuff earlier.
Big believer in the fact that the way that you prepare is going to be the way that you play. And so if we prepare to come out right from the get-go playing hard, playing fast, and playing good football, then we're going to play that way on Saturday as well.
Because we run tempo really good, so we wear teams out. But at the same time, we don't want to come out dull, just last quarter hoping to stay in it. So hopefully we can turn it around this Saturday and come out strong the first quarter.
There you heard from Mr. Inyinahi. I got it right this week. EKU travels to Muncie, Indiana to face Ball State. 3 o'clock kick on ESPN3. And finally, during last night's Monday night football game between the Rams and 49ers, a fan ran onto the field. Westwood One radio announcer Kevin Harlan gave the most memorable of calls.
He's running down the middle by the 50. He's at the 30. He's bare-chested and banging his chest. Now he runs the opposite way. He runs at the 50. He runs at the 40. The guy is drunk, but there he goes. The 20. They're chasing him. They're not going to get him. Waving his arms, bare-chested. Somebody stop that man.
Here comes the blue coat,
Oh,
Kevin.
they got him.
Here
They're
comes
coming
the blue
from the
coats.
left. Oh, and they tackle him at the 40-yard line. Oh, that was the most exciting thing to happen tonight.
I tell you what.
And if you watch Jeff Fisher, he's watching him thinking, hey, we got shut out last night. We could probably use that kind of speed. Sam and Amber, back to you.
We've got to see the video with that, too, as he is.
That was great. Final check of your first alert forecast, maybe not as humorous, is next.
And then on the CBS Evening News, why Congress may soon be taking action against online ticket scalpers.
This always makes your job interesting. Changes ahead.
Changes is a good thing. It keeps me employed. We go into tomorrow with a threat for a shower or thunderstorm. You see where I'm going with that? Better chances for some storms heading into Saturday and Sunday. Temperatures still above normal for the most part right in through the 7-day.
And Avery Williamson got an update on those cleats that he wore the weekend.
9/11 was this weekend, and he honored, the 9/11 tragedy with wearing some patriotic cleats. The NFL now says, like it took an act of Congress, they're not going to fine him. Common sense, thankfully, prevails in this situation.
Good.
Good
Thanks
deal.
for the update, sir. Thank you for watching. We'll see you back here at 11.
I'm heading over to CW Lexington next with Jennifer. We'll see you there.